Our nation's capital is a constant reminder that bigger is better. There are big decisions being made every day in D.C. when it comes to politics. On the football field, the Washington Redskins had one of the biggest and most heralded offensive lines of all time, the Hogs. Eric Henderson, assistant coach of Lake Braddock High School in nearby Burke, Virginia, thought his sons would add to the bigness of D.C. area football. Eric played college ball at Rhode Island. His son John, another huge individual, is playing on the line at Frostburg State University. Young Caleb was next in line to carry on the Henderson genes. But a funny thing happened. Caleb grew taller instead of wider, and suddenly being on the O or D line wasn't going to be an option, but playing quarterback was.
Everyone in my family's pretty big. My mom's tall for a woman. My dad obviously is a big guy just because he played college football. My brother's a big guy, so I definitely think I'm the black sheep in the family.
I always thought, based on watching him throw and watching him catch, that he'd be a skill position kid. And when he got to high school as a ninth grader, we brought him up for the varsity practices, and he fit right in. I mean, he just physically carries himself as a much older kid, and he's always had a strong arm, and he's always been a good athlete. And I just knew that he would be very good football player.
Since taking over the reins as the Bruins signal caller, Caleb has proven his father right. He has been a very good football player. Last year he threw for 2,600 yards and 23 touchdowns as Lake Braddock ran a 5-wide offense. At the core, Henderson is a pocket passer, but in his senior year, he would be asked to run a little more. Learning the nuances of this offense has been tricky, but it helps to have his dad right there with him. The two of them get up every morning at 5 to work on his game.
We run from 5 to 6, and then we throw from 6 to 7. It isolates mechanics, and it really doesn't put any pressure on me to complete a ball. I'm pretty much just throwing to my dad. He tells me what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right, what I need to work on, and stuff like that. So it doesn't, I like it. I don't like the days that I miss it. I feel like my day's off if I miss it, so.
We'll do footwork drills, and we'll just groove in his throwing and just try and work on some of the finer points, because I think athletically he's there, he's a big, strong kid, but I think he's so limited in his experience as a quarterback that he needs those extra reps.
Feet look good. I think he grooved in, looks really good. So.
As much as Caleb has to focus on the field as a quarterback, it's off the field where he's had more difficulty paying attention. He was having trouble with his schoolwork and would often find his mind wandering while trying to read or do math. The Hendersons couldn't figure it out because they knew he was motivated. He just couldn't stay focused. Finally, doctors diagnosed him with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, along with a touch of dyslexia. That diagnosis came as a relief to the Henderson family.
Getting that diagnosis really explained some things, and I think it took some pressure off of him, where he was able to kind of clinically step back and say, okay, it's not that I lack intelligence, it's because of some things that I've got to work on and compensate for.
I'm pretty focused on my grades right now, and they've improved quite a bit since we found out my learning disabilities, and we got an IEP, and we took the proper steps for it.
The next step for Caleb was to sort through the many colleges vying for his talent and figure out which one would be the best fit. That turned out to be easy for the strong-arm quarterback. Only one college took the time to learn not only about Caleb the football player, but Caleb the person as well, which is why he committed to the University of North Carolina last spring.
Actually, no college knew about my learning disability or went that far into detail with me or showed me that much interest except UNC. They were the only school who really asked and contacted me every day, wondering what was up and stuff. And I got really close to Coach Anderson, and I told him the whole story and everything. And they were the only school that really showed me that much interest.
And as far as football goes, the Tar Heels offense has the youngsters salivating.
It's the type of offense where you're throwing the ball a ton, and they're big plays down the field, which show off my arm. And then it's plays where they give me the opportunity to make plays with my feet and show how athletic I am.
Just like high school, college will present a new set of challenges for Caleb, but he and his family feel that he is ready and can't wait for him to tackle the next obstacle.
As a college football player, he's going to have to go through a lot of adversity. There's going to be challenges, and that kid in 4 years has been through a lot. And I think he's going to be a better quarterback for it. I think he's going to be a better man for it.
Good catch, mate.